2023 saw the comeback of Miley Cyrus, who took streaming platforms and social media by a storm with their new single Flowers. Full disclosure, I'm one of those people who have been streaming the song nonstop since it was released, primarily because I love the lyrics and the drama behind it. Nothing beats a song about an ex matched with a catchy beat and meaningful and empowering lyrics. It's a perfect formula for getting into the drama rabbit hole of pop culture. But one day, while I was peacefully streaming the song during my morning walk, I saw a statement that said Smiley Miley Incorporated under exclusive license to Columbia Records. It became an intrigue, so I started to do a quick Google search about Columbia Records, leading to my discovery that it is actually owned by Sony Music Entertainment. Now I'm familiar with Sony as a brand. I usually connect the brand with television, speakers, or even movies. But I was today years old when I discovered the existence of Sony Music Entertainment. Naturally, I continued the rabbit hole of knowing more about Sony as a brand, leading me to have these questions in my head. I wondered, how big is Sony as a company? How many business segments are there? Are there other parts of the company aside from movie production, music, and entertainment devices? And most importantly, how do they make money? I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful ride of discovery, so join me in finding answers on all things Sony. Welcome to Revenue Rabbit, where we uncover how companies make money. And for today's episode, let's learn about Sony, its way of doing business and industry involvements. I'm a firm believer that the best way to start understanding how a company does business is to learn about its history. So let's dive into the origins of Sony through a history lesson. Sony started out in 1946 as Tokyo Telecommunications Engineering Corporation with Masaru Ibuka and Akio Morita as founders. The company was offering innovative electronic products allowing their customers to access media and entertainment. They were behind the production of Japan's first magnetic tape recorder, first transistor radio, compact lightweight portable transistor TV, and the world's first consumer-use open-reel videotape recorder. In 1958, Tokyo Telecommunications Engineering Corporation renamed itself into Sony following their growth as a company in the electronics industry. It was until 1968 when Sony started branching out of different industries. The company entered the music entertainment industry through its joint venture with CBS Incorporated of the United States, which established CBS Sony Records Incorporated in Japan, which was later renamed as Sony Music Entertainment Incorporated. By 1980, the company involved itself with imaging technologies through the development of CCD image sensor. A CCD, or a charge-coupled device image sensor, is the reason why your digital cameras or camcorders are able to show you images. It is a device that converts light into an electrical charge, which can then be read out and converted into an image. It was also during the 1980s when Sony Prudential Life Insurance Company Limited was established through Sony's joint venture with the Prudential Life Insurance Company of America. The financial institution was Sony's gateway into the financial industry, providing insurance and even banking services to customers. In 1991, Sony acquired Columbia Pictures Entertainment Incorporated, a US-based film studio and production company. Columbia Pictures Entertainment Incorporated was later renamed as Sony Pictures Entertainment, producing content in the form of movies and TV series dear to everyone's hearts. In 1994, Sony launched a device that arguably became foundational to every gamer's life, the PlayStation. If you consider yourself to be a gamer, for sure you are very much familiar with PlayStation and its immersive gaming experience, taking you to fantastical worlds as a player. At present, Sony is organized into 6 different business segments under Sony Group Corporation as the official business entity. The segments include Game and Network Services, Music, Pictures, Entertainment, Technology and Services, Imaging and Sensing Solutions, and Financial Services. While all of these segments have their own niches and visions, every segment becomes connected with the purpose of filling the world with emotion through the power of creativity and technology. An anchor which the Sony Group Corporation sets central to its business operations, whatever segment it may be. Sony often uses the term kando, which is a Japanese term that relates to the emotional connection and excitement that customers feel when they see, hear, touch, or even just imagine a product when it comes to coming up with products or services in their business segments. It sort of became the company's North Star and long-term commitment to providing value and impact to its customers. Whether it's in the movies they create, the games they produce, or venturing into upcoming technologies like the metaverse, Sony makes sure that kando is present. The Game and Network Services segment is responsible for the development, production, and distribution of video games and gaming consoles, as well as the operation and maintenance of online networks and services related to gaming. If you consider yourself a console gamer who likes to do game nights with your friends, there's a high chance that you use the PlayStation console, along with other products like games, accessories, and online services that the PlayStation brand offers. As a business, the Game and Network Services segment has a simple yet substantial aspiration: to be the best place to play. So whether it's using the PlayStation console to play games, the PlayStation Network which provides online services, the PlayStation Store to get games, the PlayStation Plus that allows you to play with friends online, or a combination of the services by the PlayStation brand, the Game and Network Services segment aims to ensure you are in the best place to play and be entertained through games. The business segment considers itself as a gaming ecosystem, offering hardware, physical and digital software, add-on content, and network services as fundamental elements to generating revenue. The Game and Network Services segment is a lucrative business segment for Sony Group, accounting for roughly 25% of the company's total sales in 2021. So contrary to popular belief, the PS5 console is actually a revenue driver for Sony, along with the other products and services available in the PlayStation platform. The music segment handles everything music related for the Sony Group. Their scope includes the production, distribution, and promotion of music content as well as the management of music-related intellectual property rights. For example, the release of Flowers by Miley Cyrus was actually managed by the music segment under Sony Music Entertainment. So from the production of the song, distribution to different music platforms, the distribution of vinyl copies to stores, to the promotions through advertising and marketing, until the intellectual property protection, the Sony Music segment has involvement with it. What the music segment manages is not limited to pop songs. It also handles the production and distribution of music-related content for games, movies, and series. So that immersive background music you hear on your favorite PS5 game is actually being handled by the Sony Music segment. The segment is anchored with an artist-centric vision, ensuring that artists, songwriters, and other employees they manage preserve and extend artistic integrity, transparency, and entrepreneurship. The music segment is another lucrative segment for the Sony Group, priding itself as the forerunner to Sony's entertainment business with global reach in music publishing and music production. Music production provides capital efficiency to the segment, generating revenues from digital distribution and package sales, while music publishing generates revenue from royalties. So the next time you stream a song managed by the Sony Music segment, it is safe to assume that Sony will make money from it. The Picture segment is responsible for the production and distribution of Sony's motion picture and television content. Just as the Music segment has Sony Music Entertainment, the Picture segment has Sony Pictures Entertainment. which is a major Hollywood studio producing and distributing loads of film and television content for global audiences. From superhero movies to animated films, the picture segment involves itself in producing quality entertainment and delivering it to us when we go to cinemas or our favorite streaming platforms, something that is central to their vision as a business segment. The picture segment generates revenue through the digital distribution, box office sales, and television licensing of its motion pictures. Whenever you watch in theaters or pay the subscription on your favorite streaming platform, the picture segment of Sony makes money because their content has intellectual property protection, making these places become legally obligated to pay Sony for showing its original content to their respective audiences. And the picture segment is effective in managing this money-making model, leading them to establish a unique status as an independent studio owner of excellent content IP, including blockbuster film franchises. The Entertainment Technology and Services segment of the Sony Group is responsible for the development, production, and distribution of technological devices and services related to the entertainment industry. Remember how Sony started out as a producer and seller of electronic products? Well, the Entertainment Technology and Services segment is the evolved version of this part of Sony's business, managing the production of different devices like televisions, professional and consumer-grade cameras, audio equipment, and even smartphones. I'm sure many of us associate the Sony brand with television, speakers, and digital cameras that are built to last and provide great value. And it's no accident why we think so. Because the segment has its vision to deliver kando, which is the emotional connection we have with Sony products, and anshin, which is another Japanese word describing peace of mind, reassurance, reliability, and trust. This effectiveness in instilling a company vision allows the Entertainment, Technology, and Services segment to reach profitability. The segment makes money through the sales of a wide variety of products it offers to customers. It identifies mirrorless interchangeable lens cameras, TV sets, headphones, and smartphones as its main revenue drivers. And it prides itself in being a top revenue generator for the Sony Group, placing second out of all 6 business segments in terms of 2021 sales, just behind the Game and Network Services segment. The Imaging and Sensing Solutions segment of the Sony Group handles the development, manufacture, and sales of image sensors, industrial and medical equipment, semiconductor solutions, and other related products. Now you might be wondering what exactly these image sensors do. Earlier, I have mentioned the development and launch of the CCD image sensor by Sony, which is a device that converts light to form an image. These devices are then placed on electronic gadgets like your digital cameras, smartphones, and even security cameras to be able to digitally show you pictures when you view it on another device like a monitor. At present, the segment primarily uses the complementary metal oxide semiconductor or CMOS image sensor technologies to power the image rendering of devices. The Image and Sensing Solutions segment is anchored on the vision of sparking imaginations in people through pushing the boundaries of image quality and condition with transcendent imaging and sensing technologies. And their image sensors are their primary money makers, powering different electronic devices for different industrial purposes. The Financial Services segment of the Sony Group seems to be an odd member to its creativity-centered business. However, the segment proves to be a fundamental part of the business and relates to all segments through its kando and anshin purpose. The Financial Services segment envisions to be a financial group that helps every person achieve their dreams and peace of mind, ultimately enriching society as a whole through technology. How it makes money is through providing tailored financial services such as life insurances and automobile insurances to individuals and corporate customers. While the segment is not the cash cow of the Sony Group, it has established solid status in Japan as a business characterized by stable revenue and has been able to help people solve their financial needs. It blows my mind how Sony as a company manages to grow into 6 highly sophisticated business segments, producing technologies and content that all bring value to their respective customers. Despite a complex setup, every segment is able to become united on a simple yet profound purpose of filling the world with emotions. Through the creative aspect of the business, to the technological aspects of its electronic solutions, down to financial services, it's a refreshing sight to see different business segments try to succeed in their own visions, then come together and achieve one purpose. Well, this has been a fun rabbit hole. Let me know which company you want to tackle next.